All right, let's talk about competitive robotics. That world where choosing the right piece of hardware can literally be the difference between a gold medal and, well, going home early. Today, we're throwing two LEGO titans into the ring, the absolute legend Mindstorms EV3 against its new, high-tech successor, Spike Prime. This is going to be fun.
So that's the big question, right? Which one actually rules the roost today? Are we sticking with the old, reliable champion, or is it time for the new challenger to take the crown? In this explainer, we're going to settle it. And we're not going to do it with opinions, but with cold, hard facts and a clear verdict at the end. So here's the game plan. First, we'll set the stage. Then we'll pay our respects to the legacy of the EV3. After that, we'll introduce the Spike Prime, throw them into a head-to-head battle, and finally, deliver the final verdict. Let's get into it. Section 1. The Ultimate Robot Showdown. Because, believe me, in this world, your gear can make or break your entire season. Okay, so before we even get to the Spike Prime, you've got to understand where we came from. For pretty much a decade, the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 wasn't just an option, it was the option. It was the undisputed king of the competition. And just look at this timeline. We're talking about an 8-year reign. I mean, in the world of technology, that is an eternity. An entire generation of kids, of future engineers, learned how to build and code on this platform. But all good things must come to an end, and in 2021, LEGO officially passed the torch.
And that's where Spike Prime steps in. Now, it's really important to get this. This wasn't just a new product. This was the designated successor, engineered from the ground up to basically fix every little annoyance and problem that teams had with the EV3.
And you can see that thinking right away in the design. The EV3, it was powerful, sure, but it was kind of clunky, you know? It had this weird, awkward shape. Spike Prime, on the other hand, is this perfect little rectangle. Now, why does that matter? Well, it means your builds are faster, they're way more stable, and honestly, they just make more sense.
And now for the main event. This is what we're all here for. We are going to put these two kits side by side and compare the features that really, really matter when you're under pressure at a competition.
So here's the tale of the tape. Just at a glance, this looks like a total blowout for Spike Prime across the board. But the numbers don't even tell the whole story. Let's dig into a few of these because some of these changes are absolute game changers. Let's start with this number, 60 seconds. That's how long it takes for an EV3 to turn on. Now, picture it. You're in the pit area, the clock is ticking down, you realize you made a tiny mistake in the code, and you have to restart the robot. You're just standing there for a full minute. It's brutal. And then there's this. 2 seconds. Boom. It's on, you're ready. This isn't just about being patient. This is a huge competitive advantage. Need to reboot? Who cares? It costs you nothing. You can make changes on the fly without wasting precious time. Okay, now let's talk about something that will give any veteran EV3 coach a nervous twitch. Drift. For years, teams fought with the EV3's external gyro sensor. It would just lose its bearings. You'd tell the robot to go straight, and it would start veering off to the side. It was an absolute nightmare for consistency. And this quote just says it all. With Spike Prime, the gyro is built right in, it's super stable, and that whole problem, it's just gone. You program the robot to drive straight, and it drives straight. Every single time. That reliability changes everything. You can finally trust your robot to do what you told it to do. Next up, motors. The EV3 motors are fine, they're strong, but the Spike Prime motors have this superpower called absolute positioning. So what on earth is that? Well, in simple terms, the motor always knows exactly where it is. It's like it has a built-in 360-degree compass. And the result is perfect precision. You need a robot arm to lift to exactly 93 degrees, drop something, and return to 0. It just does it, flawlessly, time after time after time. You don't need extra sensors or complex code to make sure it's in the right spot. It just knows. The way you program these robots also got a massive upgrade. EV3 had its own special block language. Spike Prime, though, uses Scratch, the standard for coding education everywhere, and it also has full-on Python support. This is huge. It means kids are learning real-world programming languages, not just a LEGO-specific one. And on top of all the big stuff, it's the little things. With Spike Prime, all the ports are the same, so you can't plug a motor into a sensor port by mistake. The cables are thin and flexible, not stiff and annoying. The main hub is just way simpler to use. All these little quality of life upgrades add up and make building and programming so much faster and less frustrating.
All right, Section 5, the final verdict. We've looked at the evidence, we've compared the stats. It is time to declare a winner.
I mean, just look at this scorecard. Speed, precision, accuracy, flexibility, ease of use. In every single category that matters for winning a competition, the Spike Prime isn't just a little better. It's a massive technological leap forward.
So our conclusion is pretty clear, isn't it? If you are starting a team today, or if you're looking to upgrade to give your team the best possible chance to win, there is no debate. The new champion for competitive robotics is, without a doubt, Spike Prime.
Now, hey, this isn't to say the EV3 is garbage. Not at all. It's a legendary kit. It's still a fantastic tool for learning the basics in a classroom. But in the high-stakes, high-pressure competitive world, its time has passed. It just can't keep up with the new generation.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. The Spike Prime is a huge leap forward for sure, but technology never stops, right? So what's the next big revolution going to look like? What will the robot after Spike Prime be able to do? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.